really thrilled that we have live music in the studio. We have five beautiful people in front of me. These are the Portraits, and Jeremy Millington and his wife Lorraine, they have written and recorded together since the early 1990s. And also today we have on backing vocals, we're going to have Astrid and Kira, so I'm going to wave to them and say good morning. We've got Vincent on violin as well. So Jeremy, tell me a bit about the Portraits and what you do together and the sort of music that you make.
Well, we've been together as in this lineup for several years now. Vincent particularly, Vincent, we call him Vincent when he's in England. He's from La Rochelle in France, as is Astrid. Vincent's been with us for 7 years, and he's added an extra layer of beauty to what we do with the violining, which is lovely. And well, basically our music is sort of songs about the world in one way or another. It's songs with a bit of conscience to them. You know, we write about things that bother us, things that sort of affect us. And obviously there's an awful lot going on at the moment that you know we're inspired by in not necessarily the best possible way, but we then come together and we put the ideas together, and it's a sort of layered harmony, vocals, sort of big mishmash of ideas and sounds and things, but it comes together and it's a great pleasure working together, I have to say.
And Lorraine, having that conscience and getting out what you want to say, is that influenced by faith? Is it about faith? Is there an element of wanting to help the world in what you're doing?
I think probably our philosophy is that by being good as a good person, it comes back to you in other ways. And I'm very grateful for having the gift of music, and I'm also an artist, so I kind of dip between two things, and I feel very grateful for that. And so spiritually, I think it's very important for me to always remember how lucky I am, where I am, and the friends and family I have. And these wonderful people around me. We've just had a wonderful evening last night. Our CD launch was in Chesham, the drawing room. And it makes you feel just wonderful. So, yeah.
Well, I'm very glad that, I hope we didn't ruin the party for you, but I'm very glad you managed to get up early on the Sunday morning to be in. Jeremy, what you're going to sing for us is called Nobody Can Ever Murder Love, and this was inspired by a specific event.
It was, yeah, last June, the event that really rocked our country to its core, and the world, in fact, the murder of Joe Cox MP. And I was actually out and about at the time in London, and supposed to be getting on with other things, but I think like the rest of the country, we're just, life just halted for a bit, and I was very, very deeply affected, and I think there's nothing to do with politics at all. It was purely from the point of view of a father of young children. Lorraine and I have two youngsters, and the thought that your life can just be ripped away and your children can not know you growing up was really deeply affected me, and very quickly I converted that into a kind of sort of sense of defiance in a way that I just started writing words on my phone, actually, and I sent them to Lorraine, and the gist of the words was basically, okay, so people can do terrible things to us, and they can steal the people that we love, and that's, in a way, horrible to think of it this way, but that's the easy part. But actually, to the one thing that will always survive and endure is love itself. It always comes back, in whatever form. And I felt like that was my moment of defiance in those lyrics, was to say, you can't kill love. You cannot murder love. You can only, do damage to us on a short-term level, but in the long run, I've been so inspired by Brendan Cox's, reaction to everything that's happened. I think, it's a real lesson for us to live in a better way towards each other, I have to say.
And you're going to sing it bilingually in French and English, particularly appropriate today, and given the events that have happened this week in Paris.
That's right. We shortly after we wrote it, we went to France. Actually, we were finishing work on our new album, and we, as you know, we've got a lot of friends and contacts down there, and we went down there, and it was shortly after we went that they had the terrible Nice attacks on Bastille Day on the 14th of July. And we were so, again, moved by it, and we thought, well, with the help of our friends, and Vincent here helped us translate the lyrics into French, and so we released it there as well as a sort of tribute to the struggle that we're all going through. It's a kind of call for unity in a way, the fact that it's in bilingual now, and all people come together and stand up against hatred.
Well, let us listen to it. So this is called Nobody Can Ever Murder Love, performed live in the studio for us by The Portraits.
Anyone can start a fire and make the headlines. Anyone can send a message around the world. Anyone can fill the skies with clouds of hatred. But nobody can ever murder love. Chacun peut prendre une vie avec la violence, ou priver un enfant de sa maman. Tout le monde peut mettre la liberté en péril, mais personne ne pourra jamais tuer l'amour. Unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them. Unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them. Anyone can make a sound to bring us terror. Anyone can set the scene to bring us fear. Tout le monde peut essayer de nous diviser, mais personne ne pourra jamais tuer l'amour. Avant jusqu'à ce qu'on perde le droit dans le monde qui n'a pas d'ennemi. Ils voleraient notre fierté, nous chanterons plus fort que lui. Unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them.
That is so beautiful. It's so powerful. It's just, and sitting here watching you do that together is a real privilege, and it's had a real impact, Jeremy, hasn't it?
Thank you. Yes,
It has.
It has actually, and I mean we've been so touched by the response to it, you know, and it just came from such a genuine place in us, and maybe it's just the honesty of it. I don't know, but you know, people were watching it like crazy online, and you know, it's just fantastic.
Well,
know.
we both came together, and after his walk, and we sat down and we had lunch, and literally we just cried. You know, it was just so, and I think it was probably the first time that a song came so quickly. It was written in probably about 4 hours from a distance. He sent the lyrics in a library to me on the phone, and I was feeding the children, and I just said, I'll be back in a minute, just took the guitar, and it just flowed out. The melody just came, and it was there.
Well, I just think it's the perfect tribute to Jo Cox and everything that she tried to achieve and is still achieving.
Beautiful lady.
Because of what people do in her memory. Thank you so much to the Portraits.
Thank you for
The
having
track,
us.
in
Thanks
case
so
you didn't
much.
catch it, it's called Nobody Can Ever Murder Love. And that was a live performance from them. Thank you.
Thank you.
20,000 fans and over 40 different concerts.
It's an incredible festival. Just people who love